What if Romania never fell to fascism? What if communism never took hold of the Carpathians? And what if one controversial man, a prince known more for scandal than statecraft, became the king that changed everything? What if Prince Carol won? The real Prince Carol of Romania, was born into monarchy yet shaped by rebellion. Groomed as the heir to King Ferdinand I, he had the education, the title, and the expectation. But Carol was no ordinary prince. He defied tradition, fell in love with a commoner Magda Lupescu, abandoned his royal duties in 1925, renouncing his right to rule. Romania's future was handed to a regency ruling on behalf of his 5-year-old son, Michael. But the regents were weak, and in the political vacuum, chaos crept in. A nation on the edge, the 1920s and 30s were not kind to Romania. Democracy was brittle. The Iron Guard, a violent fascist movement, was growing in power. Corruption flourished, and ethnic tensions simmered. Romania was surrounded by a rising Nazi Germany to the west and an ever-looming Soviet Union to the east. The kingdom was drifting toward collapse, and Carol watched it all from afar, the point of divergence. But let's rewrite history. What if Carol never fled? What if, in 1927, he returned with military backing and political cunning? He assumes the throne not as a disgraced exile, but as a determined reformer. He cuts down the Iron Guard before they ever take root. He strengthens Romania's parliamentary system but balances it with royal authority. His rule is not perfect, but it is stable. A different Romania under Carol's firm grip, Romania takes a different path. Instead of aligning with the Axis or succumbing to Soviet pressure, Carol builds a third way, invests in national infrastructure, launches land reforms to satisfy peasants, suppresses extremism, both fascist and communist. He creates a Balkan pact with Yugoslavia, Greece, and Bulgaria. Together, they stand as a neutral, independent bloc in the face of global war. World War II reimagined as Hitler rises, Romania refuses to fall in line. The Ploiesti oil fields, so crucial to the Nazi war machine, remain off-limits. The Eastern Front is delayed, crippled by a lack of fuel. Stalin hesitates. Romania's alliance, though small, is disciplined and heavily fortified. Operation Barbarossa grinds to a halt in the Carpathians. History trembles. The post-war order, with the Axis contained and the Soviets slowed, the Allies gain ground faster. Romania emerges from the war bloodied but independent. No Soviet occupation, no communist dictatorship.
Oh no.
Nicolae Ceausescu. Instead, a post-war constitutional monarchy flourishes. Much like Spain under Juan Carlos or even the UK, Bucharest becomes a European capital, not a Cold War satellite. The modern monarchy, Carol II rules until his death in the 1950s, transitioning power to his son, King Michael, this time under peaceful, democratic conditions. Romania becomes a bridge between East and West. Trading with Western Europe while avoiding Soviet domination, its Orthodox Christian identity is preserved. Its Jewish and Roma minorities, often targeted in real history, are protected by a more stable regime. The scars of fascism never take root. The legacy of Carol, the reformist in this alternate world, Prince Carol, is no longer remembered as a scandalous womanizer. He becomes Carol the Cunning, Carol the Reformer, a king who defied expectation and forged an independent path in a dangerous world. His controversial love with Magda Lupescu still echoes through history, but now as a royal romance, not a national disgrace. It's the price of power, but history is never simple. Would Carol's strong-handed rule slowly evolve into authoritarianism? Would he sacrifice civil liberties in the name of order? Would Romania, in saving itself from fascism, accidentally crown its own king-tyrant? This is the Romania that might have been. A monarchy reborn. A Europe reshaped. This is what happens. If Prince Carol had won, subscribe to explore more worlds that never were.